Hey guys, and welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crochet granny square. This is one of the first things a lot of people learn how to make when they start to learn how to crochet. It's one of the first things I learned how to make. So if you're very new to this, don't panic, it's okay. I will help you get through this step by step. And if you don't know how to do any of the stitches that I'm going to be showing you, I have a beginner crochet video course that I did where I showed you step by step how to do every single stitch that we're going to be doing today. And I showed you a couple more as well. So, if you are very new to crochet, you've never picked up a crochet hook before, I recommend signing up for my email list, which I will send you videos and resources on how to learn how to crochet, and you can take my crochet challenge email course. But if you are familiar with crochet and you just want to learn how to do a granny square, then this is the video for you. So, when you start a granny square, all you're going to need is some yarn, any color, doesn't really matter. If you're going to be making a blanket, you might want to pick out what color you want. I'm just showing you a practice one, so I'm using blue. And you're going to need a crochet hook. Sometimes, in most patterns, it matters what size crochet hook that you have. But unless you're following a specific granny square pattern, it doesn't really matter if you're just making your own blanket. So you can use any size hook that you want, but I'm going to be using a size G because that's one of my favorite hooks. So how to start off a granny square is we have to start with how to make a loop for our hook. Like I said, in the beginner crochet video course that I have in my email challenge, I show you how to do all of the little things like that, so go ahead and watch that first if you don't know how to make a loop for your hook or do any of the other stitches. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to chain 6. 6. Chain 6, then we're going to go into the first stitch here and do a slip stitch. Now we've created a hole that we're going to be crocheting into. So first, we're going to be doing a chain 3. So first we start with the chain 3, then we're going to do 2 double crochet into this center circle that we have created. So that's 1 and 2. And if you're a beginner and you think I'm going too fast, which I will be, that's when you need to go to look at the other videos that I've created because I go a whole lot slower in those. And now we're going to be doing a chain 2, and we're going to turn our granny square here so that this is over to our right, and we're going to go back and do 3 more double crochet. And make sure that this excess string that we had at the beginning, you kind of just put it into your work and we can weave it around our work so that we don't have to worry about cutting it or it coming undone. Just going to completely hide it away, for the most part at least, inside of our work. So, my yarn unfortunately got a little dirty here, you can just ignore that. So now we have a chain 3, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and a cluster of 3 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to hold it like this so that one's at the bottom and one is at the right, and then we're going to do another cluster of 3 double crochet. And this is basically the pattern that you're going to be using for this granny square, is 3 double crochet, except for when we get to the corner, which I'll show you how to do later. So now we have 1, 2, 3 clusters of double crochet. We're going to chain 2, hold it like this, and we're going to do 1 more cluster of 3 double crochet. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is chain 2, and we're going to complete our round by going in between the chain 3 and the double crochet of the first round, and creating a slip stitch. So next what we're going to be doing is making each of these sections here into corners so that we can make our granny square into an actual square. So this stitch, what I call this next stitch that we're about to do, this cluster of stitches, is going to be the turning corner. So what that means is this is going to be the corner that we start our next row on. So it's going to look a little bit strange, but when you go back around again, it'll look just like all of the other stitches and you won't notice a difference. So we're going to start with our chain 3, and then we're going to double crochet into this corner right here. There's a couple different ways that you can do this. I used to double crochet in between the stitches here, but that would make a big gap in between the stitches and you could definitely tell which corner was the turning corner, which you don't want. You want to make sure all of your corners are pretty much the same so that you won't be able to tell. So you can do it into here, but it will leave quite a bit of a gap. I do it back here now, where there is less of a noticeable hole. You won't see it. So we're going to do 2 double crochet into here, because this chain 3 is going to count as one of our double crochet just like it did down here. So that is all we're going to do in that one. But when we go back around, we're going to do a cluster of 3 double crochet in here so that it'll be a corner again. So now, back to our pattern, 2 double crochet. Now we're going to do 3 double crochet. We're going to skip all of this and do 3 double crochet into here. Just like that. So now we've gotten our second row. But to create our corner, what we're going to do is chain 2, turn our work, and we're going to do 3 more double crochet right here. That's going to make our granny square the square that we want it to be. See, just like that. And now we're going to do chain 2, and we're going to repeat this 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and that's the pattern that we're going to be repeating for this row. So if you want, go ahead and pause the video here, work your double crochet, your 2 double crochet clusters mixed with a chain 2 in the next 2 spaces, and I will show you what to do when we get back here. Okay, so I've just finished my 6 double crochet in the center in those corners, so now you can see we actually have the start of a square. But the only corner we're struggling with now is this one. So all you're going to do is go into this hole here that you've put your cluster of 2 double crochet and 1 chain in, and you're going to do 3 more double crochet. So I've done my chain 2 already. So I'm going to go straight into here and do my 3 double crochet. There we go. So now what we're going to do, just like we did on this round, is we're going to chain 2, insert into the stitches in between them, and we're going to finish off and combine our row with a slip stitch. So if you see now, we have a little tiny square. There's a bunch of different cool things that you could do with these granny squares. The granny squares are one of my favorite things to crochet. They're the very first thing that I learned how to crochet, and what I've crocheted for years before I branched out a little bit and did amigurumi and Christmas ornaments and all that other stuff that you see on my channel and on my blog. What you can do is switch between different colors. You can do, make designs inside of it. You can make small granny squares and stitch them together and make one big granny square blanket, or you can just continue this pattern for as long as you want and make it as big as you want. And there you have it. There is how to crochet a granny square. Of course, this granny square is obviously very small, but this pattern is expandable and continuous, and you could literally make it as big as you want. You can make it for a queen size bed, a toddler bed, a lap blanket, you know, whatever you need, whatever size you need. So this pattern, I don't know if I'm going to post it on my blog just because of how simple it is, and I think, you know, a video is just sufficient enough for this. But if you want to go ahead and subscribe to my email list, I send out a bunch of cool posts and very, very helpful posts for beginner crocheters. If you are a beginner crocheter, the link will be down below. So that's all for this video. If you want more stuff like this, go ahead and check out my blog. It'll be linked down below. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.